Hello and welcome to the Iceman channel. It's time for the RFID hacking news. We haven't had this for a long time, but I didn't have so much to talk about, basically. But let's start with some things. We're going to cover some NXP Breach. We're going to cover Dorma KABA Softlock Keygen. We're going to cover Flipper reworking the RFID stack, and just read it. And Legic PRIME is going to be end of life. And then some things in the Proxmox world. With that said, let's get started. Let's start with the NXP Breach. That's something that dropped like a hammer in a month ago. Apparently hackers broke in and had access to the internal networks for over 2.5 years. We covered this in the RFID section of the Wireless Shit Show, an episode, and I think all my comments about that is quite well in that one. But I had some more thinking about it and considered what more could come out of it. So my four concerns, not concerns, what I'm looking forward to. Maybe they clone the firmware and chip design, so there will be new cheap clones to buy. Cheap Desfire clones will come out, because a Desfire card costs about $2 to $3 per piece. It's kind of expensive. Maybe the firmware source code or the applications that's on the IC comes out. Maybe we can review that one. Maybe there are some NXP documents, from the paywall that comes out. Well, that's nothing big in that sense. However, what I am curious of is if the private signing keys for signatures and stuff like that would have been leaked. That would have been awesome to get my hands on all that stuff. You let me know in the comments below what you think about that. Next bombshell that just dropped is Saflok, or Dorma KABA. Dorma KABA Saflok is a hospitality system, and it's been known every year for sometimes, at least for me. I've known about this for 4 years. And it was a good run of it, but now someone, a Chinese developer looks like, or Asian at least, released the source code for the key generation of Softlock MyFair Classic key diversification. So I also heard that this was presented yesterday at HashCon by the user NoProto, and they're gonna make a Flipper app for it. So that's what's my take with that? Yeah, well, my take with that is it's kind of sad for the for the people living in those hotels. Now that's out, I might as well just release the one that we have laying around. I have to ask the person who came up with it first to see if that works. You let me know what you think about it, but yeah, kudos to Jaden Wu for figuring it out. I'm curious if he did it through the firmware or if he did the reversing of the software. I'm curious about that, but yeah, one of these days I will know. With that said, next thing is I heard that the Flipper Zero, they reworked their NFC stack or RFID stack. So some of the apps has been reported having some minor issues, not working that well or something like that. But I know that the apps are developers, so they're working with it to make it better. So I think it's just in the passing. I don't know how it looks like on the Unleashed and all of those different firmwares versions. Maybe it's better or not better, I don't know. But I don't think it's going to be long until everything is back to complete normal order there. And another thing, the next thing on the list is actually something that just popped up on Discord. It's actually our good old Legic PRIME that was hacked somewhere around 2009 by Karsten Null and Henrik Plutz and all those people, and figure it all out. So that was a good fun, and it's been end of life notified by their end of next year, 31st of December 2024. It's about time, I would say, but yeah. Well, they have Legic Advanced, so I don't know why they have this old system. That is not very much to talk about it. It's good practice system to learn something about RFID if you're into some things and see how we do it. We have tons of different payment systems that never got to figure out. But if you have those old tags, collect them, do stuff with it, and figure out, it's going to be good for workshopping for yourself when you want to learn RFID hacking. And finally, in the ending, now let's see, wrap up this little video. We have in the Proxmox world, what's going on there? We have had a release, which was kind of nice. Some beautiful little release came out, and it's been pushed out to the packet maintainers. Thank you so much for everybody who's willing to work with that project and doing the best what we can. And it's amazing to see that it still lives after so long time. This new thing that's going on, it didn't stop there. We had a user called WH2019-06. It's a very strange username. Sorry about that. I don't know what's that person's username is in that sense, but that's someone who's been doing very, very much contributions lately. And one of them that didn't come in release, but will be in the next release but it's already in the project, is the ability to do real-time sniffing. He came up with a new way of sniffing low frequency for very long times, which is kind of amazing if you say it. If you know the limitations of the Proxmox hardware with 48 or 64 bytes of ROM, where we have like 40 of them available for us, and we use USB. So that's kind of amazing what he did, and it's very easy now to do sniffing. What does that influence you? Yeah, it means like when you do LFT5577 or XX sniffing, where you want to go long sniffing, or for code tags, you can sniff a long way now. You can sniff, I think we set it on 1 million bytes or something like that. So it just keeps on doing that. It works seamless in the client. You don't need to do very much for it. So well done, and my applause to you. Well done, and it's a great achievement and pushing that project so much. With that said, that was the news on Iceman channel.